Hey DCP, this is Mr. Maluso from Alum Rock High School, and I wanted to speak for a moment on some tips with regard to connecting with families. Um, Families are one of our greatest assets, and the sooner that you can make that first contact, the better. I know it's hard, especially the high school level. We have 100 and some students, but I really make an attempt to reach out early on in the semester via email, a text, or call. But I think the important thing to do early on is just to introduce yourself, let the parents know how excited you are to be working with their child this year, and that you look forward to working with them, right? So just from the beginning of the year, before they've stopped doing homework or whatever, when you have to make those more difficult calls, just to establish that rapport with families, so that they really see you as an ally, right? That you're working together as a team on behalf of their child.
Hey everyone, this is Carolina Rodriguez. Some of you may know me as Nina, and I teach 8th grade science and math at the Alum Rock Middle School. And I have some tips, or just to share my experience of how I've handled parent engagement to keep them updated and feel like they're being heard and know the progress of their students. So, for advisory teachers specifically, Remind is totally worth it as long as you get 80% of the parents on your roster or more. I really put in a lot of energy at the beginning to make this group because it is such a time saver once you have that group set. So, through that app, you can literally just use it on your phone or on your computer, and you can send group texts out to parents, and they can respond to you with reactions, like little emoji reactions. And anytime they reply, it's private between you and that parent. So they don't need to be nervous about blasting their information to all the parent group. It's just any response is one-on-one. And also you can request help from other advisory teachers to reach out to parents, because advisory teachers tend to have a stronger rapport with families. So they can be a huge help when it comes to family engagement, about concerns, about celebratory news, all that. Any communication, text, email, with the student in class, any touch point that you have with families or the student in regards to their progress and needs, on the very same spreadsheet that I mentioned, we're tracking those instances. So down the line, when there's a conversation like, hey, what has been done up to this point, you have that record, and it's very clear to your co-teachers, advisor of the student, the parents, admin, how you have been reaching out to them to keep them updated and build that relationship. And of course, if the communication is not working, then you have a visual of that and you're like, whoa, look at all this documentation I have. It's time to get help from admin.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah Laduff. I am an 8th grade humanities teacher, and I am here to share with you some tips around family engagement and language barriers. I truly believe that the anxiety around the language barriers that some of us face between ourselves and the families that we serve really hinders our ability to build relationships. Not the language barrier itself, but the hesitation that so many of us experience in reaching out to families who do not speak the same language as us. Do your best not to use language barrier as an excuse. I have done some reflecting in my career on times when I didn't reach out to families as much as I should have because of the language barrier, when there were certain English-speaking families that I never hesitated to reach out to, and think about the inequities that perpetuates for our students of Spanish-speaking parents. That is not something that I ever want to do to our students. And so, again, it's really the anxiety that is the barrier more so than the language. My first tip is to make sure to leverage our Spanish speaking teammates and staff members. Now, I know that seems like a no brainer, but I also know teachers, and I know that a lot of us really struggle to feel like we're inconveniencing somebody else or putting more work on somebody's plate. And while I completely understand that, we also can't do everything alone, right? Everyone on our staff has different skills that we can use to help somebody else. And our Spanish speaking teammates and staff members are oftentimes more than willing to help. My second tip, if you're not already doing this, is to set up a Google Voice account and a Google Voice phone number. The reason that I love Google Voice is that I can use it from my computer. And so when I am texting back and forth with a Spanish speaking parent, I can also have Google Translate side by side with Google Voice, and it makes things really quick and smooth and efficient.